I got the, yep, there we go. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. I'm super excited for today. And actually, when I was digging in and seeing who had repetitive ordering customers, I really saw there's a lot of you. And once you give yourself a pat on the back, there's a lot of you with 10 or more every month. Honestly, I think 2 or more is pretty darn awesome because that means you're getting your product for free. But there's a lot of you. So we're going to kind of spotlight over the next several weeks and, or maybe do this once a month with different people. Oh, yes, this Teri's connecting to audio, so that may be working for her now. Okay, so one thing is I reached out to these 3 because they have more than 10 ordering customers monthly. So what I'm going to do really fast is I'm going to go through. Oh, and I do too. Sorry, not trying to toot my own horn, but that was part of the thing of hosting. Okay, so I'm going to go through really fast and just introduce, and each of you just kind of tell us how you started thriving, like your short 30-second story, and how long you've been thriving. Steph, we'll just start with you.
All right, so I'm Steffi G, and I've been thriving. My 7-year anniversary was on the 17th of October. And when I first tried Thrive, I wasn't looking, I was in previous business. I wasn't looking to join Thrive or do anything. I wanted to stay where I was at. But then when I tried it, I was like, okay, all these names came to my head. I was a day one thriver. And I saw a vision. I saw what this business could do for me and do for everybody around me. And so I ran with it. I did not. 7 years later, you're pumping the brakes, you're going full force, ups and downs, all the things. But the one thing I will not stop doing is thriving until the day that these products ever stop working. And we all know that that is never going to happen. So you just want me to jump in on what I've been doing, or you just want everybody to first introduce themselves?
I want everybody to introduce themselves first. Teri, I'll work on yours in a second. Jennille, go ahead.
Hey, so I'm Jennille. I was not looking for anything at all whenever I first started thriving. So Jason Mainquist, Amber's husband, actually reached out to me and said, hey, do you want to look at this Thrive thing? I looked back actually to see what that message was. I'm like, what was it? Because I wasn't really looking for anything. It literally, hey, I have this Thrive thing. Do you want to do it with me? And because it was simple, I agreed to do it. And I felt it right away. I started as a customer, and then I realized I was telling everybody about it anyway. And so about a month later, I jumped in as a promoter, and here I am almost 7 years later. December will be 7 years for me as well. So yep.
Can
Still
I
loving it.
say, I want to add to that when he reached out to her, he was like, I just know they need this. And so he had reached out to her about thriving for her and her husband. And this was before we had voice memos. And I'm pretty sure in all caps, she yelled back at him, okay, but I don't want to do the business. I don't want anything to
I wrote
do.
a novel. I'm embarrassed now. I actually read it the other day and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. Yeah, I'm like,
But you
why
know
I
what's
wasn't
so
gonna.
funny about that is that we both looked at each other and we went, okay. like we just knew. So, okay, Teri, let's see if you should be able to unmute yourself and chat now, hopefully. Crossing my fingers.
Yes, can you hear me? Damn computer, I had to go on my iPad. Damn technology. I'm not used to this technology. I'm too old for this stuff. So hello, everybody. Thank you to you guys. I'm really nervous. I don't know why, because I do have a mouth and I do use it with my Thrive. But I joined 3 years ago. Wow. In 2020, July 15th to be exactly. It was like 200 degrees outside. And this girl that was outside was with her family digging up dirt and all that. And I'm like, you don't do that stuff in the middle of July, like what you guys are doing. And she had this patch on her arm. And I said, oh, what are you trying to quit smoking? I said, I didn't need a patch. I could do it by myself. And she said, no, it's my energy patch. I go, energy? What the heck's that all about? So she was telling me, I'm like, that's going to give me energy. I'm 60 years old. I'm working at the school, carrying heavy trays, feeding 850 kids a day. I go, that's going to give me energy. And she said, yeah. I said, okay, let's see. So she gave me a 2-day sample. The first day I did it, it was amazing. I felt good. Doing around the house. My husband's like, wow, what the hell is she doing? So then my mother comes over and she's like, Teri, your windows are washed, your laundry's done, and it's 11 o'clock in the morning. I go, yeah, Mom, I think this is not legal. So then I said, okay, I'm going to do it again the next day. It's not going to work. Well, by the second day, it worked. I had Stephanie and Joe, those were my neighbors, come over to sit down and talk to me about it. And because I said I was going to get ready to retire and I need something because I'm going to help my husband with his business and my boys are starting their business. So she goes, well, then why don't you, let's get you like a week's supply. I'm like, okay. She goes, well, you know, you could get paid for this. I go, I could get paid to share this. She goes, yeah. I go, well, hell, sign my ass up. So she did. Now, mind you, I don't do social media. I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't even know what ML stood for. She had to tell me what it was because I worked at a school for 20 years. And then I was a bill collector when I was single in Ohio, and I was doing very well there. But then we got to the school down here. I just wanted something for my kids so I could be with them. And when I found all this out, and then she's explained to me about this car bonus, I was just so amazed. So I was like, okay, I got to do this. I know people need this. I have a lot of friends who do a lot of baseball. I says, I know people need this. And I've been hooked ever since. And I thank her every day. And I thank LaBelle for everything, how they've changed my life.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Which obviously is why Teri can't shut up about it, which is probably why she has all these customers. Okay. So, Stephanie, we're going to jump over to you. Tell us, what does your daily look like? And I think you had, what did you have, 13 customers this month or more?
I think 13 or 15.
Okay. Yeah. So
actually between all of my accounts, my husband's and my daughter's, it's like, it's almost 20 between everybody's.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have more than that. Okay.
And it's like, so it's 4 brand new ones just on my personal account. Obviously, because I want new customers. My biggest goal that I like to do every single month is re-VIP myself on some way. Re-VIP 400, 1800, 1600, some way. That's always my personal goal for me. But this month was kind of different. I really focused on getting my customers thriving for free. In the beginning of the month, we did a mini sample for our team, and we ended up getting out in like 2 weeks over like 136 something samples to everybody. And I think that energy that we did and constantly talking about getting samples out really lit a fire underneath my customers. And what I really did is I sent messages to all my customers, hey, we're doing a mini race with our team. What that entails is I want you to send me 2 names, 2 addresses, and I'm going to send out 2 samples for you because I want you to get thriving for free. Now, I got some customers, oh, no, thanks for the offer, but you don't have to do that. So it's kind of like when people are doing like trying to feel good and energy is like, oh no, I don't want anybody to know I'm taking anything. Okay, Linda. But there's a lot of my customers, actually 8 of them, that did do that. And that is how I got a lot of my people thriving for free. I've got now new potentials because one of my girls, she already got 4 customers, ordering customers. I'm like, girl, turn this in to a business. She's like, well, maybe after the holidays because she's moving. So you're damn straight. I have it for January 2nd to send her a message again and talk to her about promoting. And then obviously all these deals, hey, double volume just came out. So I did message her and she still said nope after the holidays. So I'm not going to push it too much more. So it's literally helping your customers. What I, like I said, really focus on getting them thriving for free, setting out samples for them, and then offering a discount. Hey, you know, if your people, if they place an order underneath your link, here's $15 in free credits. That's free shipping for your people. Basically like just really being customer frickin' service and doing helping your customers on whatever that they say that they need. That is what I've been really focusing on this month.
Awesome. Okay, we're going to switch over to Jennille and I'm going to come back with questions. And then y'all drop questions in the chat if you have questions and I'll ask.
Sweet. So I like to focus on, sorry, you were like muted and then I could see your mouth going still. So anyway, I like to focus on keeping the customers that I have. So my numbers this month, I had 12 ordering customers. So when Amber asked me actually to do this, I went back and looked. So about half of those are people that have been customers since before this year. Some of them go back as far as 2017. So continuing just to service those customers, I check in with them. A reminder set in my phone that I check in with everybody like at least 2 days before the auto ship goes. Hey, are you still loving that chocolate shake? Or, hey, do you want to switch up to this DFT? Are you feeling you need a little more mood support? Just taking good care of them. I actually have a lot of customers that were previous thrivers with other people where like they ordered and then they were never followed up with it all. And so later after their official, waiting period, they came to thrive with me because I take care of them, because I make sure they're having an amazing Thrive experience. I always check in with them 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, just make sure everything is going well. Or if we need to tweak something, make sure they're, feeling as good as they want to feel. So yeah, keeping the customers I have. But like I said, the other half of those customers are people that I have gotten this year. And again, just continuing to take care of those people. So making sure that they're, feeling good.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I guess I was muted, even though it said not. I don't know. The computer's weird today. Okay. Teri, you're not the only person with issues. All right. Teri, tell us, what does that look like for you? You have, I think, 17 ordering customers this month. And I think you said a lot of those are repetitive. So how are you bringing in new customers? And then also, how are you keeping the customers you have on a steady ordering basis? You have to unmute.
Okay.
There you go.
All righty. Yes, I got 17 this month. A lot of them have been doing it for 8 months to a year, a lot of my customers. And usually if I'll do something in my stories, I'll watch them for a couple days and I write down their name. If they keep watching, I'll send them a private message. Hey, thanks for watching my story. Can I get you out a sample, whether it's a 3-step, for 2 days, or if it's one of the plus line products, whatever they're interested in, whatever I'm posting that day. So I'll do it that way. Or in my repeating customers, I make a list of who's been doing it for, like on auto ship, I'll make a list and I'll keep following. If it's 2 months in a row, hey, thank you for ordering. Would you like to try a new plus line, or would you rather me give you $15 to $20, depends what their order was, for credits? And a lot of them, like I would say 8 out of 10 will say the credit because that helps them with their shipping. And then I have a couple that would like to try a new plus line, so then I'll send that out to them. And that's just how I keep them. And they haven't ordered, like say 2 or 3 months, I'll send them, hey, I got free shipping, or I got a good sale going on. You want to try it again? And especially if they say, well, money's tight, I'm like, okay, what can you afford? Let me help you with this. So that's basically what they like to hear. That's how I do it.
Yes. Did y'all hear that? What can you afford? Like we talk about that. What's your budget? Like, one thing, and it's been several years, but one thing we've learned over time is that asking that, what's your budget? Because people be like, oh, I can't afford it, it's too expensive. And typically it's like, oh, okay, all right, okay, thanks. And you shy away, you think, oh, well, it's too expensive means they can't afford it at all. But when we started asking, oh, I totally get it, what's your budget? Like, what can you afford? And let me customize a cart just for you. Well, I can afford 100. Well, you feel pretty darn good for 100. Like, it doesn't have to be the full 160. Yeah, we'd love for them to thrive, the full 3 steps and truly experience it. But what's going to get them in the door? And, a lot of times we think that when they say it's too expensive, it is, I can't pay anything. But a lot of times that's not the case. So making sure you're asking those questions. So, okay.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Siobhan is on, and she messaged me this morning. We were talking, and she does have 25 freaking customers. And so I told her I'm going to quick shout her out on here. And quick, Siobhan, how the hell do you get 25 freaking customers?
Yeah, I was going to feature her. She said her voice was kind of struggling yesterday. So I was like, well, we'll feature you on the next one. But Siobhan, if you're able to talk, go ahead.
Well, thanks, Steph, for putting me on the spot. Between my husband and I have 25 customers. But what I did this month was I ran incentives in my customer chat. So I would throw out there, anybody who wants to throw up a post about how Thrive has been helping you, I'm going to put you into a drawing for $50 in credits. Or, and I had a lot of people jump on that. So that helped with referrals for them. That was when that $25 credit was going into their account. So I let them know that we could get them started, you know, for a really good price. Another thing I did was I got these. Hold on, let me show you really quick. I got these little postcards made up. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's just a picture of me and my family. And it says, so all my current customers that are on auto ship get one, and all my new customers get one with a little sample of something they've never tried. Just says, it means the world to my family and I that you chose to order your Thrive with us. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. And remember, you can Thrive for free by sending me 2 friends. So I send that to all new customers and all auto ship customers. I also, since it was my 3-year anniversary this month, sent a little thank you card to anybody who's ordered in the last 6 months with a $10 Starbucks gift card. So I think that little token of appreciation really goes a long way to people, and they just really like getting something in the mail that's not a freaking bill, you know? So those were a couple of things that I did this month, I guess.
Awesome. Okay. So I want to know, because I know people are going to ask, how do you go about putting your customers as you get them into this customer chat?
I used to ask them, but I don't anymore, because I figure if they don't want to be in there, they'll leave. So I have people that have been in there that don't order but haven't left. So I keep them in there. It's their decision if they want to go out, but it's just a good place for me to send promos. I do my own incentives in there. I send product spotlights every month, highlighting a new product, and I try to kind of feel it out with where we are like in the season. So I've been highlighting our immune products like this last couple of weeks. Or in the summer, I really highlight like hydration beverages, things like that. And then I do incentives in there all the time. Like today I threw out a happy Halloween. Anybody who spends $150 or more is getting a free bottle of treat meal from me. Don't want to spend $150? Then sweet, I have 15% off for you. You know, and I just kind of make them feel like I'm giving them something for just being a valued customer.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so somebody asked, and I'll go ahead and just answer this unless it's different, Siobhan. How do you get addresses to this? I only see city and state. I ask now my customers as they come on board, and if they've been around a while and I don't have their addresses, hey, I'd love to send you something in the mail. What's your mailing address, please? Like, it's just super simple. It doesn't have to be weird or awkward. Just straight out ask. And then I keep that in a file of all my customers. And then I'll send samples. Like I'm going to send our Cran Plus. I'm going to send that in this month, just to send like 2 little sticks of that to all my customers. I'll say, so I have 21 ordering customers this month. And what for me, about a little over a year ago, I was in this space where, because it doesn't track it, in my mind, the only good customer was a new customer, and that's totally dumb. But because the tracker tracks PPA, right? So I was like, well, I'm only a good promoter if I get high PPA, and I need new customers. Well, while yes, we need new customers, having reordering customers is a really big deal, and it speaks the volumes of our product. So I kind of shifted my mindset. It wasn't just about getting new customers. It was about getting customers in general. So I really went back to reaching back out to the few at that time that I had that were reordering, and helped them to get it for free. And then also I had some that hadn't ordered, you know, because I wasn't really following up. And so I went back to them and started just getting people back, right? Anytime these promos come out, it's such a great time and way to get people back thriving. Winter is a great time to get people back thriving, because maybe they took a break on their Thrive, but now it's getting cold and their knees are hurting. You know, like there's so much that what helps for you. I know if you live in a place where it's not sunny in the winter, that you can get those, you know, gray blues. And for lack of a better compliant word, but when you get those gray blues, you know what, your body needs vitamin D. Thrive has that, but it also has other properties in the shake and in the gut health that helps you just feel better so you can be happy in the winter. So, you know, those are things I reach out to people about, talk about gut health. Siobhan, thanks so much for the reminder on the immune products. Because yeah, we need to spotlight those now before people get sick so that they think about it, you know, leading up to that time. Okay, so who has other tips, tricks? What do you just unmute, spill it out there? Teri,
Okay, so going back to, oh, sorry.
Oh.
Okay, going back
Go
to,
ahead.
this is just really quick. Talking about the budget, like asking what their budget. So I laugh about this, and I think Amber knows this story. I had a lady that I asked her, I'm like, well, what is your budget? And she's like, $25. And I'm all, I got nothing for you. This is premium grade nutrition. So fast forward a month, she finally decided that she was ready to feel better. And that lady has been ordering her product every month for the past 6 months. And she loves how she feels. And she has one referral, but she doesn't have two. She's like, I'm not worried about it. Like, and it's fine. It just became a priority when she realized that she could actually feel better. So, yeah. So don't prejudge somebody's budget.
Yeah.
Just be honest with them.
Well, and I think, yeah, because you had reached out to me, you're like, she said her budget's $25. Like, help me figure this out. I'm like, eh. But if I remember right, didn't she start thriving because y'all got her to an event? Right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, she did. She came
person.
to a Rise and Thrive that we did where she got it in her body, and she paid, you know, the $20 for a 3-day sample, and then she's been thriving ever since. So yeah.
So guys, do not count out events. And shout out to Jennille. They do an event. Is it twice a month or just every month? I want to say you're doing them.
There's been several months where we've had twice a month. So yeah, because we're on track to hit our 10 hopefully in the next couple of weeks. So yeah.
Awesome. I love it. Okay, Teri, go ahead.
What I wanted to say about the immune system, since they came out, me and my husband have been on it. That first week it was dropped, we ordered it, and we keep that like on auto ship. And let me tell you, I'm going to be 63. He's going to be 62 tomorrow, retirement. Him and I have not missed one day of our immune. And I'm going to tell you what, knock on wood, no sinus infection, no C, no flu, no nothing. So I will never, definitely go without those immune. They do help. And we're with customers. He has his own business. So he's with people. We don't want to get sick, and we don't want to get, anybody sick. So yes, I do love those immune, and I will not stop that with my 3 steps every day.
That is how I feel about my boost. Like, my boost is my immune support. We do take the gummies seasonally, but that boost, that's how I feel about that. I take it every single day. I know when I don't take it, like, it just helps so much. Okay, Steph, what you thinking? Where are you at?
Trying to find the unmute button.
Oh.
The one thing that Teri has not said is I was with her last weekend or last week during the week. The biggest thing that Teri does, you guys, to get customers, she's not really a social media. She uses the mouth that God gives her. And she did something very, very smart when we were out to eat at the boathouse. Normally, I'll talk to the waitresses, and, people put your business cards in the, the folder thing and just, hey, hand it off. She personally hands them it. And she's like, here's my business card. I would love to talk to you about this energy sticker that I'm wearing. And so she sits there and she's like, energy. She's like, wait, do you do Thrive? Like, I've never tried it, but I have a friend that does it. And so Teri makes those connections. And then we were on the beach and she was talking to our waitress and she's like, hey, how busy have you guys been? And the girl started talking to us about how she can't afford an apartment. She lives with her friend. And we're like, dude, what we have right here, this energy sticker, can get you a weekly paycheck. Teri gives her business card and she goes, hey, why don't you go create your free account and then come back here and let's chat. Homegirl did. She went into the back real quick. She created her free account. Larry, oh my God. Teri looks at me. She goes, holy shit, Steph, she just created her account. I'm like, freaking score. Teri grabbed out a sample. Waitress came back. Teri gave her products. She tried it, loved it, and now that is a huge potential promoter that Teri has by just constantly talking to people. She is definitely not one woman that sits back and just waits for people to come to her, especially behind social media. She gets out and she talks to them. Now, I know some of y'all are thinking like, well, I don't have the balls to do that. I never had the balls to do that until, I mean, if this 62-year-old woman can do it, why can't I? So that is definitely one thing that I have started doing, is literally talking to people, especially at this time of the year. I've been really talking to the waitresses about, dude, you need this extra weekly paycheck. Anybody that I see on social media talking, I'm like, hey, I've got an opportunity for you. So do not be afraid to talk about the opportunity and not just being a customer.
I will say I have seen Teri follow people down the beach and be like, this is my Thrive. You need my Thrive. And they're like, what? And she's like, no, this is what it does. And this is what it is. And I'm 60. Da, 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 da. And she is not scared, like, at all. And she'll fall, I think she'll follow them into the water. Like, no, you need my Thrive. And so that is, you know, like belly to belly, like we started this belly to belly. We posted on social media. I think when the whole thing happened 3 years ago, we all kind of withdrew a little and got behind our phones and our computers, and we're posting and stories, and you know, then we see all that, oh, you have to be an influencer and you got to do this and blah 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 blah, and you know, and then it got overwhelming. So it's like we got to go back to belly, create social media friends and contacts as well, but also belly to belly. My newest customer I met when I was just in Palm Beach, and we were just hanging out at the seafood bar having drinks and appetizers, and there's this girl, and she's super cute and she's pretty darn awesome, and she lives in New York, and now she's my customer, and she's loving her Thrive, and she's a single mom, and now she's looking at the promoter side. So you know, you just never know, and so you've got to be talking to people. You have to be talking to people, whether it's face to face, in Messenger, whatnot. Okay, we do not have to drag this out. If Siobhan, Teri, Jennille, if you have any other tips, tricks, things that you're like, oh, I wanted to say this, or things that help you, yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, I just have one really quick thing. For those of you that aren't 200Ks, that you're not an 80K, that you're not a 40K, that you're not even a 12K, I just want to throw this out to you. Like, that's where I'm at. But the commissions that I earn from my customers still makes a difference in my family's budget. I still get paid weekly, and it still makes a difference. So don't think that you have to be, you know, top rank of the company to make a difference in your family's budget. So that's all.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to piggyback on that and talk on that, because I've been with Jennille through this whole thing. And it is a thing. Like, I know it paid for braces, you know, like it doesn't have to be thousands of dollars in commissions, you know, and it will. And I always tell her, I'm like, she's consistent. It's going to happen. We just don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but she's got 10 plus ordering customers monthly. So like, that is something. And that is like, don't think about, like she said, the amount of commissions you're bringing in. Don't think about the amount you're not bringing in, right? Because what if you didn't have that? Like right now, groceries are stupid expensive. Like, it's so dumb. I went to the grocery store. I literally bought things for 2 days for just me, and it was $40. And it was literally like for like a meal and a half. It wasn't even, you know, 2 full days of stuff. Like, it's stupid. So right now, any amount of commissions can add to your family and can help. Siobhan, did you want to say something on that? No. Oh, I thought. Okay. Stephanie, any closing statements?
Excuse me 1 second, Amber. I like to just interrupt. What I do too, how I've been getting a couple of customers is because groceries are so crazy. Yeah, I had rank. I lost my rank. I am working back to my rank because I will get it. But I'll do a lot of games. Like, I'll have all my food on the grocery, and I took pictures, and then I had it in the bags into my car. And I says, whoever could get the closest will get win a 3-day sample. So I went this morning and just sent out a sample to the girl in Ohio that's been my friends for 50 years been watching me every day, and she finally connected with me and she won the contest. So I sent it to her. But I'll do that when I go shopping at Lowe's with my husband. Guess how much this, this was or that was. And I just try to do a little bit of incentive just for that to get more people to interact with us. So
I like that. It's like the modern way of how many beans in the jelly bean jar.
Exactly.
I love it. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Steph, any closing thoughts? Nope. We're good. Okay. Well, I'm going to wrap this up by talking about if you did. Oh, Siobhan. Okay. Go ahead. And then I have an announcement. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah.
I was just going to say another thing too, is that when you are talking to your customers about thriving for free, I know they get turned off so fast because a lot of people just don't like to blast things on social media. So what I have them do is I say, hey, send me 3 things that you're loving about your Thrive so far. And honestly, they just wrote their own post. I'll say, perfect. I'll change up the wording a little bit, but there's your post. Copy and paste this to your page. Help them in that way. You know what I mean? Because usually they don't even realize it by them telling you what they're loving about it. They just made a post. You know what I mean? So
yes, I do love that because and thanks for bringing that up, because honestly, it took me a while because I used to kind of treat everybody like, well, if you want it for free, you got to put some skin in the game. So, like, okay, well, just write up what you love about it. Write up what, just write up what you're experiencing. And they're like this. Yeah. Right? Like they're frozen and they can't think and, oh, I'm good. And so I started doing that. I started basically writing it for them. Tell me what you love about it. And I write it up, and make it personable and to them, because I know them, right? And so like, here's what happened. I finally reached out to my friend Amber 7 years later, and like throw in something funny too, right? And write their story for them. And then they go post it, tag me in it with a picture of them or their, shake or their DFT or something. And they start getting interest, so you just have to help them. Because how many times, when somebody says, oh, just go do this. And you're like, how do I go do that? Like, like they're human and they're not a promoter. So stop expecting them to be a promoter. Okay. So team announcement. If you haven't seen it, we're trying to plaster it everywhere. We are having a team beach getaway in Clearwater, Florida, which I love that little area. Thanks, Stephanie, she and I talked yesterday. It was this quick little brainstorm, and then it became this all day. How are we going to make this happen? And we put it all together. So, February 9th through the 12th, we are encouraging. So this is just hey, we're going to Clearwater Beach. Y'all meet us there. Okay. So you can go as bougie as you want. You can go as bargain as you want. It's totally up to you. There are hotels all up and down on the beach that are many different prices from here to here. There are hotels inland that are going to be less, and you just kind of Uber over or drive over. You can get with your teams and get like VRBOs, beach rentals, Airbnbs. There are different companies. I was kind of Googling yesterday. There are different beach rental companies. So you don't if you don't find something Airbnb or VRBO, go Google beach rentals, Clearwater Beach, and these other rental companies are going to pop up. I know, because there's so many websites now, like the Home Away or Home to Home. I don't know what all, right? Stuff. There's a ton. Just kind of Google and see. You can bunk up with your teams. You can just do your family. And so this is something too, we decided, hey, let's bring your family, invite your family. I'm basically an empty nester, so I probably won't have my family. It'll just be me and my husband. I'm not sad about that, kind of kind of not, but I'm excited to just go hang out, and I'm excited to be around Thrivers. The other thing is kind of chatting about this. Don't limit who you're inviting. Go reach out to all your promoters, even if they haven't really promoted in a while. Like, this may be something, because think about it. When a getaway pops up, if somebody's not 12K or not 4K, immediately they're like, oh, well, that's not for me. I can't do that. So this is all invite, right? So it doesn't matter how active you are, how inactive you are, you're invited. We would love to see you. So lead with your teams with that, because what's really cool is there are people that don't necessarily promote anymore, but they miss the community. So what if the community gets back together and then they're like, man, I really miss this. And they start thriving again, right? Like, so don't limit who you're reaching out to, who you're inviting. Stephanie, do you have anything on the getaway?
Wait till y'all see what we have planned. I mean, I'm talking, we rented out, getting this freaking amazing pirate ship. And it's going to be so amazing for kids. On there, there's going to be drinks for adults and kids. And that's going to be our welcome party. So kind of like I have so many people with green personalities on my team. Like let me quick tell y'all what we have planned. So Friday, everybody flies in. Okay. You want to fly into Tampa. Start looking at tickets. Tickets are actually pretty cheap. I just booked my ticket for $177 round trip on Sun Country. Bunk up with your teams. You do not need, down in Clearwater Beach, Florida, you do not need a car. A rent a car, I found an average was a $305 for 3 days. Where I looked at Ubers from the hotel, I mean, from like Clearwater Beach to the airport back and forth is only $50. So that's only $100 there. It depends on how close. I know we're staying at a hotel that is a 15-minute walk to the beach. So, I mean, great morning walks and stuff like that. So we're going to go on the pirate ship. And then afterwards, we're going to have a pizza party on the beach. We have some special guests coming in to do like team bonding, to really pick our brains. There's going to be millionaires there that you can talk to on your struggles with your business, how-tos, all the things. Sunday, we plan on doing breakfast on the beach with all families and then doing a sandcastle contest with everybody. Like, just so fun, family-oriented stuff. I just think that because Lavelle is not doing a getaway in February. By the way, they said get ready for June's because it's going to be amazing. I'm like, well, shit, I'm not going to go 6 months without seeing my team. And plus, I want to be in the warmth. And we have so much fun. Like, let's just make this a family open one for everybody. And so far, everybody is just so pumped up. I do have people from Minnesota who are like, well, I have 6 kids, my husband, we're not going to fly. That's way too much. They're going to drive. They're absolutely going to drive down. Like, make it a fun experience. I have people are saying, well, this is going to be my Christmas gifts to my kids. They've never seen the ocean. We've never been out of state. Great. And this is just going to be a way to like build your business, to show you what a freaking getaway is on our team. So I'm super stoked about it. I can't freaking wait. I wish it was now.
Yeah. I wish it was now too, because all of a sudden it's stupid cold here.
Dude, we have snow out here. Be quiet. Double QV on 400 kits right now, you guys. Like, run your balls off with this. There are so many people who are so freaking close to grabbing your bonuses back. Take that volume, divide it into 800. That's how many kits that you need. Get with your team, start messaging. I mean, my messenger, I can't even tell you right now. Like, you just hear that ding and it's just blowing up. So get with your people, run with this, because that's just extra paychecks. That's just extra money into your pockets. Don't leave money on the table ever. You're dumb if you do that. That's all I got.
Amen. Yeah. Don't leave money on the table. You're dumb if you do that. Steffi G. Okay. All right. Thanks so much. And P.S. Stephanie, it might not be snowing here, but it went from 80 to 34. Like that.
Warm it up. It's fine.
That's a lot. All right. Okay. Bye, y'all. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much.